Good afternoon, Papa.
Hi, Jake.
How's it going?
It's going good.
I'm Bradner Bond, and I'm a woodturner.
How long have you been working with wood?
Well, I really started working when I retired back in 2021, but I've always been interested in working with wood.
About 20 years now. I got my start in my grandfather's shop in Oregon, and started taking it really seriously during the pandemic.
What was your first project?
My first project was back in 67, 68, was my grandfather clock that I made when I was a senior in high school.
The first thing I ever built was actually not wood turning. I built a liquor rack. It's still in my backyard right now. It is objectively terrible. Like it's not built to any sort of standards or with any real craftsmanship. It's construction lumber that's joined together with pocket holes. But it's still standing, and I'm proud of it.
What inspired you to woodwork initially?
Well, one thing, my dad passed away. He had a scroll saw, and so I ended up going to Arizona back in 2005, I guess it was, 2006, and put it in the garage and didn't even turn it on until 2020 when COVID hit. So I lost my job there and started tinkering in the garage with making things. So it's just kind of a hobby now.
Was it your grandfather that taught you woodworking skills?
He didn't teach me directly. I didn't get to work with him that much. Basically, what happened was he built all of his own furniture. You know, aside from being a doctor and a scientist, he built all of his own furniture, all of it bespoke, completely custom, designed from the ground up. And so he needed some legs for a table, and so he put one completed leg up on the windowsill where I could see it, and gave me 3 more blanks and basically locked me in the shop until I came out with the other ones done. So that was kind of my trial by fire.
Who taught you to woodwork?
I pretty much learned it on my own. I've got basic machine knowledge. I was a tool die maker machinist for 25 years and ended up getting out of that trade and ended up being a general contractor for a few years before I retired. So some basic stuff.
A lot of this stuff I've just sort of figured it out on my own. I think that YouTube is a pretty viable way to learn a craft or a trade, at least to a certain percentage, at least to get the safety and the competency part down.
What are some of the machines that you use to woodwork?
Well, basic stuff like table saw and chop saw, planers, scroll saws. I do the scroll saw work quite a bit.
My primary one is the lathe. Pretty much every other tool in the shop is designed to feed the lathe. The lathe is a machine that spins wood around really quickly. So the bandsaw and the table saw, they're just cutting up pieces to feed the lathe. And then I make small ornamental pieces on a device called the Rose engine. And that is, it bumps back and forth so I can make very ornate patterns in it. And so really the entire workflow is everything comes through the lathe. Everything that comes through the shop comes through the lathe. And then about 10% of the things that come through the lathe go to the Rose engine.
How long does the average project take?
There's no average, I don't think, in woodworking. It all depends on what the details and stuff that you're going to be doing. You know, some projects take a couple hours, and some projects take a few months. A few years ago, I made some chess boards and chess sets for my family, and that took me about 6 months to make all 9 of those sets. So, yeah, time consuming.
If I just want to bang out a bowl, I mean, I'm pretty quick now. I can do one in 20, 30 minutes. If I want to do something that is actually what I would consider a piece of art, something that's making a statement, something that's representing my point of view on something, anywhere from several hours to a few weeks.
How many hours do you think you have spent total woodworking?
Oh, I have no clue. The chess sets themselves took over 300 hours, plus the chess boards and finishing and stuff. So it's several hundred hours, I guess.
I'd say it's probably somewhere in the 3,000 to 4,000 hour range. That's actual time on tool. Thinking about it, I definitely have my 10,000 in already.
I've made some large projects like a couple end tables and wraparound of my fireplace, mantle and stuff. So, but yeah, that was good grief, 40 years ago. So, time flies.
Yeah, I mean, I specialize in bowls and small boxes. That's probably 90% of what I make. Pretty obsessed with the form. I have a number of books on the form of bowls in ceramics, in antiquity, specifically in wood. That's what I really obsess about.
How many holes have you had to drill for a project?
I believe it was 108 holes in a project for my grandson that is a turtle with 4 layers of wood to make like a 3D turtle.
How many holes?
I was trying to figure this out the other day. I think it's north of 2,000. Yeah, I was turning 10 a day for quite a while there.
If someone would like to purchase some of your projects from you, where would they go?
You can find me online at qbranchwoodworks.com. I'm also on Instagram. You can also see me make most of the bowls that I have available for sale on my YouTube channel.
You, Brad.
Thank you.
Papa.
You're right.
That's pretty easy, man.
Sweet.